Assalamualaikum. My name is Khairul Binti Khairul Anwar. My metric number is AF200085. I will be present about the introduction. Generally, a construction site is a place where a construction work is taking place. Multiple activities on a construction site often take place at various times and under the same plan. Construction industry sites are potentially have a large exposure to the risk of being injured, death, and various disease. Hence, safety at the construction site is considered as a crucial aspect that needs to be applied in order to minimize the risk of the workers being injured at the workplace. This construction site safety and health practice can be carried out using the hazard identification, risk assessment and risk control, which is HIRAC.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Isabel Hayati and I will be speaking for our project overview. Currently, a road drainage system construction project is ongoing along the Jalan Buang, which is considered as a big-scale maintenance project. This project involves the prospect of installation of the U-shaped drain around 50 kilometers, and we decided to inspect the safety factors at this construction site. This research is to investigate the potential hazard and dangers encountered during construction site work.
There are 7 potential hazards at road drainage system construction site. First, electrical. Electrical exposure to water, contact with overhead power lines, electrocution or burn from lack of PPE. Mechanical hazard is machine moving. Biological, for example, spore and toxin. Then ergonomic, such as vibration, noise, extreme temperature and repetition. Ecology hazard, such as violence at workplace, bully and harassment. Environment hazard, there are 2, which is extreme precipitation and dangerous animals. For the last one is safety hazard. For example, falls at workplace and spill or trip because of cord crossing floor.
For hazard identification refers to the process of assessing all hazards within the workplace. There is no universal technique for classifying agriculture injury and sickness hazards. The majority of agriculture production hazards overlap into several hazard categories. One method of categorizing them is based on the primary hazard mentioned by OSHA. For risk assessment was a method for identifying prospective hazards and predicting what might happen if they materialize. Risk evaluation is the difficult process of establishing the importance or relevance of detected hazards and expected dangers to those impacted is known as investigation. For severity is the degree of severity of the consequence that is most probable to occur as a result of a certain hazard occurrence is represented on the risk matrix. For likelihood, the likelihood on the risk matrix indicates the possibility that the greatest likely outcome will occur in the event of a hazard incident. And lastly, risk control is a business use a variety of risk management approaches to assess possible losses and take actions to reduce or eliminate them. And it is a method of risk assessment that entails identifying potential risk factors in the operations of an organization, such as both technical and non-technical business components, financial policies, and other problems that may affect the firm's well-being. So this is the HIRAC process flow. And this is identifying the type of hazard. The figure next is the table of severity and the table of likelihood, and this is the table of qualitative risk table and table of risk matrix table. That's all.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nuruzai binti Zulkifli. My matrix number is AF200006X. So here I want to present about the control measure of the hazard in our project. So first of all is mechanical elements. So the control measure for these mechanical elements is engineering control. For example, all of the machines used in the construction need to be equipped with safety elements. Second, electrical. The control measure we suggest for this electrical is PPE. For example, use gloves when using electrical equipment. Then follow the correct use and implementation process of the electrical equipment. Next is biological and chemical. The control measure we suggest for this hazard is eliminate it with a good documentation and labeling system. Last but not least is ergonomics. So for this, hazard, we suggest to do engineering control. For example, some of the activities that will cause this hazard can be replaced with machine. Thank you.
Anytime when you're out in traffic, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, every time I come off the road there, it's been another good day.
The MnDOT truck station in Baxter supports 432 bridges, 20 public airports, and over 1,700 miles of highway. A roadway patching operation includes a patching truck, maintenance personnel repairing asphalt on foot, and a safety truck in the rear. The safety truck serves two functions: directing traffic away from the work zone using flashing arrows and protecting the workers from being hit by a vehicle entering the work zone. Over the past 3 years, there have been an average of 2,000 crashes and 7 people killed per year in Minnesota construction zones. When entering a construction zone, slow down, be prepared to stop, and pay special attention to roadway signs and construction personnel. Watch for flaggers directing traffic through the area. These guidelines apply to all types of roads, from small city streets to large trunk highways. MnDOT works with counties, cities, and many other local agencies to ensure that construction zone safety is a collaborative effort between all Minnesota highway agencies. These agencies work with contractors to ensure that construction zones are used properly and set up correctly. But ultimately, construction zone safety is all of our responsibility.